Hi guys, welcome to my channel. In this video, we'll go through how to set up Google Tag Manager and add the Tag Manager code to your website. We'll also go through how to set up containers and common tags like Google Analytics to your Google Tag Manager. On this channel, I show you tutorials on various marketing and tracking tools. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please click on the subscribe button. So what is Google Tag Manager? The Google Tag Manager is a tool by Google that lets you track multiple tags like Google Analytics, Facebook, Google Ads, all of that using Google Tag Manager. Then you don't have to add multiple tags to your website. You can add all of that onto the Google Tag Manager, and the only tag that you have to add to your website is the Google Tag Manager. So you're basically hosting all of your tags through Google Tag Manager. It is very useful and very helpful. It lets you manage your tags in an efficient manner. So without further ado, let's get straight into the tutorial. Okay guys, let's start off with how to set up the Google Tag Manager account. So the first thing I'm gonna do is just go to Google and make a search for Google Tag Manager. And just click on this link here. So once I click on it, it's asking me to add my Google account. In order to set up the Google Tag Manager, you need to have a Gmail associated with it. So if you don't have a Google account, you can just go ahead and create from here. But if you do, just simply log in from that. I'm just gonna log into my Google account. Okay guys, so I logged into my Google and Google Tag Manager account has already been created for me. Now I have to add account into the Google Tag Manager. If you have multiple clients that you're working on, so each account could be one of your clients. So that's how you can create multiple accounts within the Google Tag Manager. So I'm just gonna create my first account. Just click on create account here. I'm just gonna add my account name here. Change my country to Canada. So the container name can be your business name. So you can have multiple containers within an account. So it kind of works like we have properties in Google Analytics. So I can just create a container for web and a separate container for, let's say, iOS, and they will fall under the same Tag Manager account. So I'm just gonna create for now for web. So I'm just gonna name my container. So you have multiple options based on different target platform. For now, I'm just gonna select web and just hit create. And next, you're gonna be asked to agree to the Tag Manager Terms of Service Agreement. So I'll just go through it. And once you're done reviewing, just click on I accept and hit yes. Hey guys, so as you can see, it's spitting out a Google Tag Manager code that we'll need to add to our website. So based on whatever website that you have, WordPress, Shopify, Wix, so there are different ways to that. So if you're using a WordPress website, you can either add that to the theme header file and add it between the head tags and then paste the additional code to the body tag. Or you can also add the Tag Manager code using WordPress plugins. So there's various options. So I can show you how to add that on other websites like Wix. In order to do that, I'm not gonna need the full Tag Manager code. So I'll just close this and go to admin. And I will go ahead and copy this code. I'll go to my Wix dashboard and go to marketing and SEO and marketing integrations. So as you can see, there's already an option for me to integrate the Google Tag Manager. So I'll just click on connect. All right, so I'm just gonna click on connect Google Tag Manager and I'll paste my GTM ID and click save. I'll just refresh this page. So as you can see, the Google Tag Manager has been added on my Wix website. So again, depending on whatever website that you're using, slightly different ways to add the Google Tag Manager pixel. So now that my Tag Manager pixel has been added to my website, I can go ahead and start adding tags into the Google Tag Manager. So I'll go back to Workspace So the first tag that I want to show you how to add is the Google Analytics tag, and only because that's the most popular type of tag that goes onto the Google Tag Manager. So I'll just click on tags here and select new. So I would recommend just naming your tags with some sort of naming convention, so when you have several tags in your Tag Manager account, it's not confusing to understand. So you can just start off with something like Google Analytics base tag, and then I will click on tag configuration. And as you can see, the first tag that shows up here is the Google Analytics tag. So there are 3 different options. If you're just tracking the web property, you can just click on the first option here. But there's 2 different betas that Google is rolling out, which probably will be available to all of us in a few months. So I'm just gonna go ahead and select the first option here for web. Next, the track type should be page view for the Google Analytics base tag, so we're going to keep it as is. And for the Google Analytics settings, since there's no variable right now, I'm going to go ahead and add a new variable. I'll go ahead and add the Google Analytics tracking ID. You can do that by going to Google Analytics, and in your admin tab, go to tracking info, tracking code, and we'll just copy this tracking ID and paste it here. And I'm just gonna go ahead and name this as GA variable. Just gonna hit save. And the last step is letting Google Tag Manager know where to fire this tag. So since this is a base code, this needs to fire on all pages. So I'll click here, and then all pages is already selected for you, and then hit save. So now that if you've added the Google Analytics pixel, it's not yet been published. So we'll have to click on submit and publish this. So if you want to name a version, so I can just say Google Analytics added. So this is just for your internal purposes. If you made some changes and you need to name them, so you can go ahead and do that. It's always a good practice to do that. So I'm just gonna hit on publish. So as you can see, it will show you that the version is live. In order to track if your pixel was in fact added to your website, you can download this Chrome pixel called Google Tag Assistant. So Google Tag Assistant is a Chrome extension where you can check what tags are sitting on your website. So I'll just go ahead and add that to my Chrome. And it's only Chrome extension, it's not going to work for Explorer or any other browser. So I'll just turn on sync, and that's it. So I'll just go to my website and click on the Tag Assistant tag here and enable, and then click on record, and then I'll just refresh this page. So as you guys can see, I have the Google Tag Manager added to my website as well as Google Analytics tags. So this is good news that your tags have been added. If you want to see how many people went to a certain page on your website, we can do that using the Google Tag Manager and also utilizing the Google Analytics tag as a base tag. So in order to do that, I'll click on a new tag here, and I will name it Google Analytics, so I know that I'm using Google Analytics in order to track that activity, and say thank you page. Okay, and then I click on tag configuration, and I will use the Google Analytics base tag. So Once I click here, I'm gonna have to select my variable that I created previously. So that was the GA variable. Since I want to track how many people went to my thank you page, I'm just gonna leave it to page view, but you have different types of options. If you want to track an event, transactions, there's several options. And then lastly, I'm just gonna click on triggering. So here's where I decide where I want the tag to be triggered. I don't want it to be triggered on all pages, so I will create a new trigger. And I can just say it, so I can just say, thank you, page confirmation, trigger. So page view, and I wanted to trigger on a certain page, so I'll click on some pages and I'll select the page URL contains. So depending on whatever your thank you page URL is, you can either select contains or ends with, starts with, whatever makes sense based on how your URL is structured. So I'm just gonna say thank you and then hit save. Alright, so now I'll have to submit this change as well. So I'll just say thank you page tracking added. Then hit publish. And I can go back to my website and check if the tag has been added to my thank you page using the Google Tag Assistant. So that's it, guys. That's how you set up the Google Tag Manager account and add the tracking code to your website and add tags like Google Analytics to Google Tag Manager. So I hope you guys found this video to be helpful. If you did, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys in my next video.